Hello students, today we are going to study Mathematics Part 2 of Standard 9, Chapter number 2, Parallel Lines. As we studied earlier, definition of parallel lines. The lines which are coplanar and do not intersect each other are called parallel lines. We studied in Standard 8 two parallel lines and their transversal forms 8 angles. So first we will see pairs of corresponding angles. First, angle D and angle H. Second will be angle A and angle E. Third, angle C and angle G. Fourth, angle B and angle F. Now, pairs of alternate interior angles. First, angle C and angle E. Second, angle B and angle H. Now, pairs of alternate exterior angles. First, angle D and angle F. Second, angle A and angle G. Now, pairs of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. First, angle C and angle H. Second, angle B and angle E. As we studied earlier, when two lines intersect, the pairs of opposite angles formed are congruent and the angles in linear pair are supplementary. Now we will see first theorem of this chapter, that is interior angle theorem. Theorem states that if two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the interior angles on either side of the transversal are supplementary. For example, line L parallel to line M and line N is their transversal. As shown in the figure, angle B and angle A are interior angles and angle C and angle D are interior angles formed on other side of the transversal. So by interior angle theorem, angle A plus angle B equal to 180 degree and angle D plus angle C equal to 180 degree. Now we will move on to corresponding angles theorem. Theorem states that the corresponding angles formed by a transversal of two parallel lines are of equal measure. For example, line L parallel to line M and line N is a transversal. Then by corresponding angle theorem, angle A equal to angle B. Now we will see alternate angles theorem. Theorem states that the alternate angles formed by a transversal of two parallel lines are of equal measures. For example, line L parallel to line M and line N is a transversal. Then by alternate angle theorem, angle D equal to angle B. Now remember these points. When a pair of corresponding angles is congruent, then all the remaining pairs of corresponding angles are congruent. Second, when one pair of alternate angle is congruent, then all remaining pairs of alternate angles are congruent. And third, when one pair of interior angles on one side of the transversal is supplementary, then the other pair of the interior angles is also supplementary. Now we will move on to practice set 2.1. Question number 1. In figure, line RP parallel to line MS and line DK is their transversal. Angle DHP equal to 85 degree. Then find the measures of the following angles. First, angle RHD. If we'll observe, angle RHD and angle DHP are angles in linear pair. Hence, sum of these two angles will be 180. Hence, angle RHD plus angle DHP equal to 180. We will put value angle RHD plus 85 equal to 180. Now shift 85 towards the right hand side. So angle RHD equal to 180 minus 85. Therefore, angle RHD equal to 95 degree. Now similarly, angle DHP and angle PHG are angles in linear pair. So after simplification we will get angle PHG equal to 95 degree. We can also take angle RHD and angle PHG are congruent because they are vertically opposite angles. Now third, angle HGS. Now if we'll observe, line RP parallel to line MS and line DK is their transversal. Hence, angle DHP and angle HGS are corresponding angles. Hence, angle DHP congruent to angle HGS by corresponding angle theorem. Hence, angle HGS equal to 85 degree. Now we will move on to fourth, angle MGK. Now if we'll observe, angle MGK and angle DHP are exterior alternate angles, hence they are congruent. Angle DHP congruent to angle MGK, that is 85 degree. Now we will move on to question number 2. In figure, line P parallel to line Q and line L and line M are transversals. Measures of some angles are shown, hence find the measures of angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. If we'll observe, angle A and 110 are angles in linear pair, hence their sum will be 180. Hence angle A plus 110 equal to 180. Now shift 110 towards the right hand side. Therefore angle A equal to 180 minus 110. Therefore angle A equal to 70 degree. Now if we'll see, line P and line Q are parallel and line M is their transversal, then angle C and 115 are corresponding angles. Hence by corresponding angle theorem they are congruent. Hence angle C equal to 115. Now if we'll observe figure, 115 and angle D are angles in linear pair, hence their sum will be 180. So angle D plus 115 equal to 180. Now shift 115 towards the right hand side. So angle D equal to 180 minus 115. Therefore angle D equal to 65 degree. Now we will take one extra angle, angle E, as you can see in the figure. So if we'll observe, line P and line Q are parallel and line L is their transversal. Then 110 and angle E are interior angles. Hence their sum will be 180. So angle E plus 110 equal to 180 degree. Now shift 110 towards the right hand side. Hence angle E equal to 180 minus 110. Hence angle E equal to 70 degree. Now as we'll observe in the figure, angle E and angle B are vertically opposite angles, hence they are congruent. Hence angle B equal to 70 degree.